Yes, people. What's going on? It's Egal Talks Football. We are back again with another video. I got Dan Potts in the building. Dan, how you doing, man?
I'm really good, man. I'm really good. I see my guy Sam. Big up to him. He's just dropped on my channel your Arsene Wenger and Arteta take. So I'm looking forward to revisiting that. Big up to everyone that's here. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Let's get Egal up to his next target, which I believe is 40K. Is that right? You're on to road
Bro,
to
I
40?
hit 35. I'm on my way to 40.
Yeah, love that. Love that.
So
Yeah,
let's
come on,
see.
bro.
Let's see how long it takes.
Pleasure to have
We
you
got
on,
a
man.
lot to talk
Pleasure
about.
to have
First
me
things
on, man.
first. Before we go any further, please do hit the like button, guys. Please do hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think about Arsenal. And before we get onto the transfer window, we got to talk about the Arsene Wenger thing. In case anyone hasn't seen it, on Dan Potts' channel, you started off the whole argument by saying Arsene Wenger would have won this Arsenal team the league. And
So I
I
didn't.
said,
I correct you there. It was actually a super chat that said that.
okay, I agree. Arsene Wenger would have won Arsenal this team the league in his first iteration. If this was Arsene Wenger from 2000, when he walked into the building till 2000 and I'll say 2008, then fine. But Arsene Wenger post 2015 was past his best, and that iteration of Arsene Wenger, I don't think would have won Arsenal the league, and that is what I was saying. And when guys are saying, "Oh my God, you're crazy," I think it's pretty fair and safe to say Arsene Wenger was past his best. And the defensive side of the game, he was taking a lot of risks. The offensive side of the game, yeah, he had it down packed to a certain T. But even then, with Ozil, with all these guys that we were creating all these chances, but we're not scoring enough goals.
Okay. So can I come back with that then? So I think what the panel thought you were saying and what it made yourself sound like you were saying was that Arsene Wenger couldn't do a better job than Mikel Arteta has in this first 5 years. That's what I think it was
I never
sounding.
said first 5 years. At no point did the first 5 years come out of my mouth. I simply
Okay.
said Arsene
I,
Wenger
I don't
would
think
not
you're
have.
wrong in saying that Arsene Wenger had declined into comparison to when he first walked in at the job. I don't think anyone was laughing at that. I think what
No, but
people
that's my
were.
point. And I feel like in an environment when we're having so many words and so many people throwing words around, simple when the exact quote that set me off was Arteta's best and Arsene Wenger's worst. Arsene Wenger would still get them over the line and Arteta wouldn't. That's what Wolfie
Okay.
said, which set
And
me
and,
off.
and, and I agree with Wolfie, and I'll tell you why. Okay. Because
Arsene
Mikel.
Wenger's worst, he would still win.
Yeah, yeah. Arsene Wenger's worst, he still did win. In
No,
his
he
last 5
didn't.
years, he got us FA Cups. You
No, he
forget
didn't
that.
win the league though.
I don't care. Well, I'm talking about trophies. In
Arteta at his worst won the FA Cup.
Arteta is at his best can't win anything. You think he's at his best now? He can't win anything. Wenger at his worst has won 3 FA Cups, got us into a title race with Leicester as 2 semi-finals and a final of a League Cup and Europa League. So when you look at what Arteta has done, we're trying to big up his semi-final against
Then
Newcastle and Real Madrid, and his FA Cup he won in 2006 with the 2020 with the team that Wenger left over, which you said needed breaking up. And now we've broken it up and he can't win anything. So I think what we need to look at, just let me say this, right? Just let me say this. I honestly do understand why people wanted Arsene Wenger out. I wanted Arsene Wenger out. I didn't want Arsene Wenger there anymore. I didn't believe we could go and win the Premier League. I did not want Mikel Arteta because I thought it was a backward step, which I still think it is. Okay. Now we are in a position where we in the last 3 years have not been able to get across the line. We've definitely competed for sure. But are you telling me that with this team in the last 3 years, Arsene Wenger wouldn't have won something with it?
I can't guarantee. The last iteration of Arsene Wenger was so tactically naive, and honestly, there's no guarantee that he would have us set up
Defensively naive, we were,
there
I would
is
say.
no. There is no guarantee he would have us this well set up defensively. Offensively, maybe it would be better, but then we've just shifted issues from the attacking issues to defensive issues. That's really what I think it is. Don't forget, the reason why Arsenal are the way they are defensively is mostly down to the manager and the style that we play, and also the personnel that we have to our disposal. If you remember correctly, if I'm not wrong, Arsene Wenger walked into a team that was set up well defensively, and he took them and made them a good attacking team. So yeah,
Mhm.
if he took Arsenal as of right now and came into it when he came into Arsenal the first time, 100% he does that, and he probably walks the league. But Arsene Wenger, in his last iteration of Arsene Wenger, was tactically naive and was past his best, and no longer can say
I would say
with
he was
with
defensively naive because he would refuse to buy a Patrick Vieira replacement and a Sol Campbell replacement. Mikel Arteta, the first two signings he made, or proper signings he made, were Gabriel and Partey, and I thought, oh wow, we finally got that. But I do not believe that Arsene Wenger would guaranteed to have won the Premier League by now. My question was, in the last 5 years of Arsene Wenger, it was much more successful than the first 5 years of Mikel Arteta. That's just a fact for me because we won
I,
three.
I think success based on trophies, yes, but
Yeah,
as a
which is what that
team,
is, though.
Arsenal under Arteta have been better as a team throughout the entire season in the cups and in the league than Arsene Wenger's teams. Because Arsene Wenger's team,
Arsene Wenger was more
yes,
successful in that
yes,
5 years.
they won trophies, but they were not a better team. Defensively, they were not better. They did not have a better midfield shape. The only thing you could argue is they had better attacks.
Okay, so it's a
And
better
even
team.
then, we scored more goals now.
Okay, so it's a better team now. Okay, I agree with that.
It's a
So
better
how can't
defense, better midfield,
yeah,
better
and
overall team.
it's a better overall team now. Agreed. So why
So
can't
what?
he
So
win?
what's better?
So why can't he
They
win?
won
Why
three
can't
FA
he
Cup.
win something? But
They won two
Arsene
more
Wenger
FA
can
Cups.
win. So Arsene Wenger can win two more FA Cups with a team that isn't as good. We've given Mikel Arteta a better team, and he can't win any FA Cups. What's going on here? He's won
Dan,
3 FA Cups with Arsene Wenger with a team you said is worse. We've given Arteta the better team, and he can't win 1 FA Cup with it, let alone 3.
Dan, sustained challenges for the league title and continuing to progress to try to win the major honors is more difficult than winning a FA Cup. It is. You have to acknowledge that winning the
So
FA
he's
Cup,
failed. So he's failed. At
you can
he's
win a
failed.
FA Cup. You can win a FA Cup with a team that is nowhere near good enough to win any major honors. You can. You can win a League Cup with a team that is nowhere near any major honors. And if you're asking if Arteta has failed, of course he hasn't won the league over the last couple of years. He hasn't gotten any major honors over the last couple of years. As an institution, we have not gotten our objectives to go and win over the last 2 years. 2022, 2023, we weren't even expected to be in a challenge for a title race. So that I'm not even going to count. That was an improvement season. Last season was the one season where you can see we've taken a step backwards because we did not look as good. But there's a reason behind it. It was due to injuries. So if we're going to speak about last season, let's speak about last season now. Enough about Arsene Wenger. Last season was a decline from 2024, 2025. I think that was our best 2024, 2025, second half of the season, from January to the end of the season, was the best part of Arsenal in the last decade. That was the best we've played. 2022, 2023, it was good vibes, but that was the best we've played. And last season, we had a massive drop off due to injuries, due to other things. But I do think we can get back to that now with some of our players back and a little bit of tweaks here and there. But take it away. What do you think about last season?
Okay, so let me just, I know you don't want to mention the Wenger and Arteta thing, but let me just close on this so I can move on from it. So if I was to say to somebody, here's a crap team, you've got 5 years to do something with it. Here's a brilliant team, you've got 5 years to do something with it. The guy who's got the brilliant team can't win anything. The guy who's got the crap team has won 3 FA Cups. I would say that he's done a better job in that 5 years than the guy with a good team who should have won something,
Oh,
opposed to the guy who wasn't very good who's won something. But I know
okay.
you want to move on from that.
Who
So
did better? Who did better over the last 3 years? Ten Hag or Arteta?
Ten Hag, because he won 2 trophies.
No, he didn't. Ten Hag did not do better than Arteta.
What did Ten Hag
Ten,
win and what did Arteta win?
what did Ten Hag do? He had Manchester United playing the worst football of his life. He had the team continuously diminishing. He spent as much or maybe more money than us, and he continued to fail. You, Dan, are a person who only bases a team based off of the end product. You're at
And
this
that's what the
moment in time, I
game's
don't want
supposed
to.
to be
I'm
about.
not criticizing you as a person, but we don't see football similarly. You see football as if you
What
don't
was the
win,
aim? What's the
if you
aim of the
don't win,
game, Egal? Is it to try
no,
and
but
compete at the
at
best
the
or
same
try
time,
and win?
you have to build towards something. You can win a League Cup, FA Cup, and not win shit for the rest of your time. People are not going to remember you for winning FA Cups and League Cups only. You have to go and achieve the major honors to be remembered as historically a great player or a great manager. You cannot go by winning FA Cups and League Cups and saying, you know what, this is great.
Okay, let me ask you a quick question then. In the
Ten
next
Hag will
five
not
years,
be
I'm going to
remembered
give you a
at
scenario.
Manchester United for being a
No, it
great
won't be.
manager.
It won't be remembered. It won't be remembered as as a
No, but
brilliant
you're
manager.
saying if
But
Arteta would have scooped
he'll
up
be
some
remembered
FA
as more
Cups and
successful than Mikel Arteta at the moment. Ten Hag would.
he
He
has
would
been
be.
more successful, but he's not
Yes.
done a better job.
Okay, that's fine. I don't care. I'd rather bring someone in who brings me trophies than someone who
No, but
does
this is where your
nearly
whole
there for
argument
5
falls
years.
apart.
Ask Liverpool what they'd rather have right now. Would they rather have Rafa Benitez or Brendan Rodgers?
So why did Tottenham sack Ange? He won
What do you
them their
mean?
first trophy.
Because
Why
I'll
did
tell you
Tottenham
why.
sack
I'll tell
Ange?
you why, and I'll tell you why Manchester United sacked Ten Hag as well. Because winning trophies alongside competing for the league is the only way that it's successful in my eyes. As a manager, so success is great. You can do that at the end of May. That's the only way you have success. You don't go, oh, we were so successful. We got to that semi-final. We come second. What a success! No, it wasn't. It was a failure, right? But what you have to do is compete alongside winning trophies, which is why Arsene Wenger had to go because he was winning trophies and he was competing. Mikel Arteta is the opposite of that. He can compete, but he ain't going to win you nothing. But he'll
You know
compete. If
something?
you want to be
He
up
was
there, go
winning.
for it.
He was papering over cracks with FA Cups, but when it
What's
actually
Arteta doing?
mattered,
What's Arteta doing then?
but when it actually mattered, and we needed to win a game to get in to get a Europa League, or when we needed to win a game to get top five, to get top four late in his career. For those last two seasons, Arsene Wenger was so past that he couldn't do it. When he was in a title race, Arsene Wenger was in a title race,
So we've
and he
replaced it
lost
with a
it to
manager who still
one
can't do it.
second.
So what was the
Arsene
point?
Wenger was in a title race, and he lost it to Leicester. What makes you think he's going to win the league with Arsenal
I don't think
in
he is going to win the
2020?
league with Arsenal. I didn't say that. I said he'd be more successful. I said that he would have picked up cups along the way. I actually think he's got more chance of winning the league with this Arsenal team than Mikel Arteta has. And I'll tell you why. Because Arsene Wenger does not have a boring style of football, lumping balls into boxes, Stoke FC settings, penalties and corners and free kicks. Arsene Wenger was unbelievable, whether you loved him or hated him. And I got to the stage where I wanted him gone. I do not want Arsene Wenger back. Let me make that very clear. However, if you were offering me right now the chance to go, right, one of these two managers is going to win a trophy with Arsenal, who you're lumping the money on? You're putting it on Arteta. I'm saying no, I'm putting it on Arsene Wenger. And let me tell you that. And let me tell you this lastly, right? In the next 5 years, in the next 5 years, okay, in the next 5 years, I'll give you two scenarios. Arsenal in the next 5 years are going to have Mikel Arteta. They're going to come second, third, second. They're going to miss out by a few. They're not going to win any trophies. Or you've got Arsene Wenger, who in the next 5 years probably going to be in similar positions, but are going to pick up FA Cups and League Cups. Which are you having?
Of course, you'd rather have FA Cups and League Cups, but that's not
That's
the
my point
argument
then,
we're
Egal.
talking about.
That's my point then,
But
Egal.
but that doesn't. One second.
So we agree.
Objectively, Arsenal are a better team than Manchester United over the last 3 years.
Yes,
No debate.
agreed. Agreed. Agreed.
Objectively, the better team is the team that is consistent over the 38 game seasons and across all competitions. The team that wins 5 games and ends up getting a cup run and wins that cup doesn't mean they're better
No,
than the
I never
team
said
that
they were. I said they're more successful.
Crystal Palace are not better than majority of the teams that did not win
Nope.
trophies
Agreed
last
with that.
season.
Agreed.
But what
Neither
we're
are
doing is
Newcastle and Spurs.
we're
Neither are
conflating.
Chelsea.
No,
But
but
they
we're
all won.
conflating trophies with determining what the better team was. It doesn't. One trophy
And
does
do you know
not
what? Do you
determine
know
what
what,
the better
Egal? I'll
team.
say this very quickly. If Arsenal right now had won FA Cup, League Cup second, FA Cup second,
It would
League
not be
Cup
enough.
second, I would not. No, I wouldn't be complaining like I am now. I'm so starved, man. I haven't won a League Cup over 30 years. I haven't won an FA Cup for 5 since COVID. The last
You
one I
know
could
something?
celebrate was 8 years ago. And do you know what? Just quickly, I was 16 years old when we last won the league. I'm 37, bro. I have never seen the Champions League. So when people say you need to calm down, it's about competing, it's not about winning. Oh, it fucking is about winning. Trust me. Sorry to swear. It is about winning. Trust me, it
Dan,
is.
if we won the FA Cup 4 years in a row again under Arteta, or 3 years in a row or whatever, if we won 3 years in a row under
Then I'll be
Arteta,
happy.
the FA Cup, we would not be happy as a fan base because we would still come short of our major title, which is winning the league.
Right? So I want to win the league, and I'm with you 100%. And I want to win the Champions League. In fact, I'll correct that. I want to win the Champions League over the Premier League. Right? I'll take either.
What is the
The Champions
objectives?
League's the one I want. Right? For me, if we're taking up FA Cups and League Cups along the way, I can get behind this and go, look, don't sack this guy. He's actually winning stuff, and he's coming this close. What we're doing is coming this close and failing every time. So we come close to the League Cup, drop out, close to the FA Cup, drop out, close to the League and Champions League, drop out. I need someone to get us across the line. I just want him to win. And do you know what, Egal? I've said this, and people think I'm crazy for saying this. People think
Yeah.
I'm toxic, negative. I am making this statement very, very clearly. If he wins a League Cup and comes second, I'm keeping him. If he wins an FA Cup and comes second, I'm keeping him. If he wins one of the trophies that are major than that, Premier League or Champions League, I'm keeping him. If he wins
So,
nothing, he's
so
got to
your
go.
objective
It's
is
quite
just to
simple.
win a trophy.
Win a trophy and title challenge to the end. I'm talking take Liverpool to May and get close if it's Liverpool City, whoever it is. That is my minimum expectation. Win a trophy, whether it's a Carabao Cup or not, and get to the final. I'm keeping it. But people say you're toxic and negative. Clip that then. People won't clip this, Egal. They'll say, oh, that's too positive. We'll clip something that's negative of him. Because trust me,
All
I
right.
just want a damn win. That's all I want to do is
All right.
win, man.
Dan, I hear you. But I personally don't think us winning the League Cup or FA Cup changes people's opinions of Arteta or
Maybe not.
keeps him
Not everybody's.
or reinvents Arsenal as a winning team. Us winning the League Cup or FA Cup does not change us to become all of a sudden a winning team. What will change us is if we finally win the league or the Champions League. Simple. Any other trophy that we win across the way is great, but it's a side dish. It's not the main course. And I don't think Arteta winning the League Cup or FA Cup will change my opinion of if we should change or keep the manager coming end of next season. I
So,
think
okay, let me give you a quick
we
scenario then.
need to win.
If we
My
replicate this
objective
season we
for
just had,
Arsenal. Sorry, let me just finish this.
okay,
My
go on.
objective for Arsenal is to either win the league or the Champions League. If you don't win one of those two, then we will have to reconsider the managerial position. Simple.
If we have a season then, Arteta has a replica of the season just gone. We get to a semi-final of a Champions League, semi-final of a cup, drop out of both, don't win the league, come second by 10 points from Liverpool. You think that is a sackable offence? If he's to go and do exactly that, come second by a few points, drop out of competitions, but win the FA Cup, would you keep him or still sack him?
He should go. We need to get a manager that can help us
Fair
win league
play. I
titles.
respect that. Fair play. I respect that.
Because
I
my
disagree. I
point,
would keep him, but yeah, fair
because
play.
my point is I'm not here for just let's pick up anything. It's about the whole point is all these guys are trying to reach a goal to try to play 38 games to win a league title, to play in the Champions League to try to win the European trophy for the first time in our club's history. If we're going to always just be saying, Dan, we're satisfied with the FA Cup, we've gone back to what we were under the last days of Arsene Wenger saying, you know what, we just want anything.
I personally don't just want anything. I want anything alongside competing for the league. So if we finish 20 points off of the winners and we win something, I don't think that's good enough because you're not competing for the league, right? You've just won something, which is great. And that's what I want, essentially. But you haven't been good enough to go and win compete or take someone to a title challenge. You should always be competitive in the league. Otherwise, you're having an Ange, Glasner, Howe, or...
We have the best defense in the league. We
Yep.
have some of the best midfielders in Declan Rice and Odegaard and Zubimendi. We have
Yep.
Saka, who's one of the best players. We just signed Gyökeres, who's one of the best strikers, in my
So
opinion.
no
in the
excuses
league.
then. No excuses
There
then.
should be no excuses. But the thing is, because we have not won it, Dan, since 2004, we are basically Man City pre the Aguero moment at this moment in time, based on the amount of years it's taken us to win. It's almost like we've forgotten what we were. And
What
at
about
times
injury?
that's
What
how
about
it feels.
injuries this season? No more excuses.
No, there shouldn't be any excuses about injuries because the whole summer was spent improving the squad depth.
Okay, correct. Well done. I agree with that.
Dan, you can't catch me out on any of these things. I've changed my
I'm
whole
not trying
stance.
to. I'm just trying to get your opinion. And
No,
I
but
truly believe that you are now in this is the make or break season. I believe that. I
I've
solely
been
believe
saying
that.
that.
And I do not want, and I'll tell you this, Egal, as your friend, I hope you don't move the goalpost, bro. I
There is no
really hope you
goalpost
don't.
movement. I'm actually more strict. I'm more strict than some of you guys because Lee Gunn is saying he takes a League Cup. Arteta, he'll back Arteta. I'm saying if he wins a League Cup and nothing else, Arteta should leave.
Okay. And I will hold you to
But
that.
I don't like the
That's
fact that it
case.
only turns into Arteta conversation. Let's shift away from that.
Yeah, okay. Let's move
get
from that.
into
We've done
let's
enough of
get
that. We
into
have done enough of that. Okay.
let's
We
get
had
on
to
to the
start there though.
transfer.
We had to start there with that because of the
Let's
Wenger
get on
stuff.
to the transfer window. Is the transfer window good enough for you at this point? Because for me, we still need to go and get either Eze or another attacking player to improve the attack before we can say 100% everything's solid.
We still need 2 more players, in my opinion. That's if no one else leaves. I still think we need Eze and Rodrigo or Lookman. I think that left wing is just crazy at the moment. And I don't think Eze is a left winger. I think Eze will help us with creativity through the middle and in the left attacking 8 or the Odegaard role. But I think that's needed on top of a proper left winger. So if we get those in, which I still do have slight faith that we will. A light's gone quiet at the moment. I get it. But I think they're trying to get the Eze deal done. And then obviously the left wing side, we've been linked with Rodrigo, Lookman, and Leao for the last few weeks. So I imagine we're probably going to go and get a couple of those. I don't think
Can I get an
Madueke is
exclusive from you? Do you know?
fair.
Have you been speaking to Martin? Do you know anything?
To who?
Martin, he went on AFTV and said he knows Eze's done.
Oh, this guy. No, 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 not him. I haven't got no Marty. I do know Marty, but I don't think that I've spoken to him about this Eze thing. He seems to think it's done, which I mean, fair play. I won't say that he's wrong because I don't have any ITKs, but I hope he's right because I like him a
You know
lot.
some people
Egal.
in high places. Come on, Dan, give us the juice. Do you know?
I have okay. The only person I know has not told me that it's done yet. So I'm going to believe them because they don't. I don't know. They know more than me. They've said that it's not done yet, um, and that we do want him, and that we are trying to get him. Now I don't know about the left wing scenario, and I don't know still if that is coming in, if Eze is coming in as a left winger or an attacking midfielder. But I know that Ornstein and Ben Jacobs were saying that Arsenal were looking at Eze alongside a left winger, and Trossard will be leaving. That's the latest I heard. And if you believe Ornstein and Jacobs more than anyone, then cool, because that's what the latest is. I expect Arsenal to go in for Eze and go in for a left winger now to complete it. And the only other signing I think could happen is Jeremy Jacquet from Rennes, because I think Kivior could go. That's the only other outgoing I see that could allow somebody to come in. The other players that are leaving, potentially Nelson, Vieira, Zinchenko, we're not going to go and replace like for like with them. They're just going to let them go. So, and Lokonga. So I think they're the guys, man. I've got to be honest. I don't feel like we are ready yet. No, I think we've definitely improved with Zubimendi. We've definitely improved with Gyökeres. The other players are just backups. Some of those are better backups. So like Madueke is a better backup than Sterling, for example. But I don't think he's an outstanding signing for the money. Obviously, Mosquera's come in and I think he's looked very good. I've got to say, very, very good from what I can see, the small glimpses and signs of. Kepa's come in and he's probably better than Neto, but not by much. I mean, that Kepa's not for me. Some people like him. Norgard, I don't think is a huge upgrade on Jorginho, but he's a little bit younger and maybe he's more fresher. And that's it, isn't it? So, yeah, Eze and potentially a winger, and I think we're good.
All right. Squad depth, you're happy. Transfer window, you're happy so far.
Well, I'm not happy so far, but with two more, I would be, yeah. Eze and Rodrigo, that would be the dream for me.
Okay. So Arsenal need a left winger and another cam.
Yeah, I think so. And I appreciate what people say about Max Dowman and Ethan. And I love Ethan and I want to see him get minutes. But I still believe that with 4 competitions, you can never have enough in attack. Because look at the state of us. We had nobody last season. We're playing Marino up front. We were praying on Ethan to be our only super sub. We can't have that again. We can't be preying on Max Dowman for the whole of this season.
How do you fix that attack?
So I think Eze comes in, Rodrigo comes in. This is what I would do.
Both.
Yeah, both, 100%. And then you have then got Gyökeres, who starts, Havertz and Jesus if he's still here, but he's crocked as the backups for that. Martinelli and Rodrigo are the 2 left wingers. Eze and Erdegaard are the 10s. And then you've got Madueke and Saka as the right wingers. That allows you to have Ethan and Max Dowman playing Carabao Cup.
We're going a little fast. Let's do this again.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah, let's.
So you got Gyökeres up top, Saka on the right.
Yeah.
Who do you have left wing?
I would have Rodrigo.
He hasn't signed yet, but who do you start with?
I'm going dream.
Who do you start with versus Manchester United?
Well, it won't be Rodrigo, so it'll have to be Martinelli.
Do you start Martinelli versus
yeah, because
Martinelli versus Manchester United? 10 is Odegaard.
I actually wouldn't start Odegaard. I'd actually start Ethan or Max Dowman. I know it sounds mad, but I would.
Max Dowman's not going to play. You know that.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll put Ethan in then, because I ain't putting Odegaard in. He's been absolutely terrible. It will be Odegaard though, so it depends what you want to go with, what you think it will be, or what I would go with.
Most likely, what Arteta would go with.
Okay,
Ben White right back.
It will be Ben White at right back. I think Timber could play today, but I don't think he'll be fit. Then it'll be Saliba and Kivior.
Yeah. You don't think Gabriel will play?
Nah, I just don't think he looked rusty as hell the other night. I think he'll play today, but he'll come off. I don't think he'll start against United. And then Lewis Skelly left, Raya in goal, Erdegaard, Zubimendi, Rice, Marty. Yeah, so that's the team, right? That's the best team right now that we could put out. Obviously, the best team when everyone's fit is different, but only by a couple of positions, which will be Timber at right back and Gabriel at left-sided centre back. The rest of the team don't change for me. If we want to improve this, I have serious problems about two positions. I'll say three. I have two serious problems about two positions and a question mark over one. The question mark is left back. I love Lewis Skelly. He's been caught out a bit. And I think this season he could get caught out. And I don't have the faith that Calafiori is one, good enough, and two, fit enough to come in at left back. So left back could be a problem for us, but I'm hoping that Lewis Skelly will be brilliant and that Calafiori will improve. Timber can play there also if you want to play Timber at left back and Ben White right back, but I do prefer Timber at right back and Gabriel will be obviously a left-sided centre back. The only other two positions really are Martinelli on the left wing, which I think we need, Eze or Rodrigo for, and Erdegaard, which I think we might need Eze.
Would you start Madueke?
I wouldn't start Madueke on the left because I haven't seen him play there. I've seen him play there twice for Chelsea against Liverpool, Man United. He looked okay. But I don't think Madueke is anywhere near the level that we need to take us to that next step. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Madueke is better than Alexis Sanchez. But let's be real, he ain't going to be.
You know what people say, Arsenal lack creativity, but I feel like Declan Rice did a lot last season creatively. Maybe it's because he had a lot of corners assists also, but he did create a lot of chances last season. Also an open play. Martin Odegaard is another guy who creates a lot of chances. You have Saka, who's obviously a heavy creator. Zubimendi, who can break the lines. If we just had one more piece in the attack that could create and
it needs to be a Rodrigo though, or a Lookman or a Leao. It can't be like Semenyo or
no, but Eze could play in this position, and if we did sign Eze, he would basically be another creator on the pitch, and it would almost be, if we do freeform, it would be a situation where it would almost be like this. Do you get what I'm saying? It would almost be like a 2-2-2, where you have two creators, two holding, and two attacking. But the default,
I think Eze is more effective through the middle. And I am only going by what I have seen and what I have heard from Palace fans. Palace fans don't want him to go, by the way, but they appreciate he probably is going to go. But
I know Eze occupies the whole left side.
Yeah, but they've said to me, and this is only what they've said, and I think they know Eze more than me and you. If we play him on the left, they'll be laughing because he can't play there. That's what they've told me. I hope you don't sign him, but if you do, I hope you play him left wing because it's going to be funny. That's what they've said. So I don't know. I've seen.
Have I shown you Eze's heat map?
But yeah,
have I shown you Eze's heat map? Where he plays is exactly where we need somebody to play. Inside left flank. That whole inside left flank. All our left wingers are either touching the box or just nowhere near the box. Like they're touching
I think Eze would be perfect for Arsenal, but I don't think he's the only option we need on the left. I think that we need a Rodrigo, Lookman, Leao type that's going to come in. I would want, in that order, Rodrigo, Lookman, and Leao. That's in that three. If they're the three we link with, I'd rather have Rodrigo first, then Lookman, then Leao. But Eze, I think...
Why Lookman ahead of Leao?
Say again?
Why Lookman ahead of Leao?
Because I think he's more consistent. I think he's got better numbers. I think he's been cooking in Europe for 2 years. Scored a hat-trick in the final when it matters. Leao does glimpses of wow, but nowhere near consistency levels. And I've spoken to Mo, who's obviously watches Serie A more than me, and he says, if you get Leao, he will be an absolute monster for 1 every 10 games. You will not see him. He'll throw his rattle out the pram. He's got a shit attitude, and he will be very, very inconsistent. And I just don't fancy that as much. So, like, for example, you saw him against us, and it was like, he looked okay. He looked quick. Against Liverpool, apparently, unbelievable. Then in the next game they've played, hardly seen him. He's very much like that. And I don't know that we need another player like that. We need someone who's going to be elite. We need a Bukayo Saka on the left-hand side. That's what we need. And I feel like Rodrigo, I feel like Leao, I feel like Lookman can all give us something a little bit different. Rodrigo's the elite dream. Then you've got Lookman, who, let's be real, is going to be the guy that you look at next, I think, in Europe. And then you've got Leao. But I would take all three of them over Martinelli. I love Martinelli, but he's struggling at the moment, bro.
Yeah, Martinelli is struggling. Hopefully, we get Eze or Rodrigo because we need both. It would be nice if we get both, but there needs to be a lot of outgoings. There needs to be a lot of outgoings. And when I say a lot of outgoings, I mean Zinchenko.
There's only like 5 that we can get rid of, though, right?
Zinchenko, Jesus, Nelson, what do you call that? Lokonga.
Kivior.
No, Kivior staying.
Nah, I think he's going to go, bro.
Kivior has to stay.
We're linked with the Jeremy Jacquet, aren't we, from Rennes because of that?
Jeremy Jacquet has already said he doesn't want to come.
Really?
as reported the
Or
next
well,
day.
Kivior has to stay then. We can't get rid of
It
Kivior
was
then.
reported the next
So,
day that he's not interested in coming into a team where he's not going to be guaranteed starter.
so we're going to get rid of Cole Hines, probably going to go. Obviously, we'll start from the back.
Yeah, he's going to Spain.
Zinchenko's got to go. And that'll be it defensively then. Lokonga will go. Reece Nelson will go. I still think Trossard will go. That's 5. And I still think that if Jesus is fit enough, he might go. That's 6.
Jesus apparently he only wants to go to European teams. He doesn't want to go to anywhere else. So
Yeah, well, I think he's going to want to try and get play because of the World Cup.
maybe a Turkish team can come in for him.
Maybe Turkey, or maybe he goes with a loan with obligation or something. I don't know. But
Yeah,
I just think we want him off the wage bill because he's on 265 a week. That's mad.
yeah, that is crazy. All right, let's get on to the next thing. The manager. Do you believe that he is the issue? Because I see a lot of people are saying Arteta's the issue. We can't win with this manager. The system's the issue. I think there is systematical errors at times in how we play. It is very defensive. It is even though we have much more balance in our team, the way that we don't attack with the pace and the directness of other teams. So these things can make us better, and hopefully we can get better. But where do you stand on the manager this season? And I'm not saying sack or keep. I'm just saying what
Yeah.
can he do better to get us playing better?
Replicate the style of 22-23. Bring the passing in triangles back. None of this possession-based U-shaped football. I understand why he's doing it. He's got PTSD about losing. I get it. I understand it. He's got anxiety. He's under pressure. But you have to bring back more of fluidity and more of an attacking style with the players that we've got. You cannot use horseshoe-shaped football when you've got Gyökeres. You cannot do it with Ødegaard. There's no denying that Martinelli, Ødegaard, and Saka's just so good that it hasn't been affected as much. But he's definitely been more affected than people think. And obviously, Victor Gyökeres will be. You cannot play that style of football. You cannot use Declan Rice as a Gerrard or Lampard. You've got to bring him into the box-to-box mold that Patrick Vieira used to utilise for Arsenal. You've got to bring in Zubimendi with his passing, but there's absolutely no point having Zubimendi if he's just going to be dinking it over the top to Gyökeres all the time or spraying it out wide so that Saka can whip balls in. There's absolutely no point of that. So he has to be bringing in a different style of football. I cannot be seeing the Stoke City settings anymore. It's boring. It's a cure for insomnia, and it is not fun to watch, bro. So that's what Arteta's got to do. If I'm honest, I don't see it happening because I think he's so stubborn that I don't think that he believes he's wrong. And he's so arrogant that he thinks that he's somehow this genius that's got a second place this amount of times with no resources and all this kind of stuff, when really we should have done something by now, and that is win a Premier League. Because we, at 22-23, when we were very good to watch, I know we dropped off because we had a couple of injuries to Saliba and Tomiyasu, and we were playing Rob Holding at the back, right? So we were never going to go and win the league then. However, all he needed to do was go and say, right, I just need to tweak this. I need to replace and upgrade on Granit Xhaka, not just bring in crazy players in stupid positions there. I need to go and bring in a couple of reinforcements up top and at the back, and I need to play exactly the same way and go again. Instead, what he did was he ripped it all up, threw it away, and went, let's just not lose. Rigid, boring, compact football, that swinging in balls and trying to get in headers. And we might be able to do the old 1-0 to the Arsenal again. And I don't know why he did that, bro. And then when it got to the stage of the new year of 2024-25, we went on that run where we basically started by smashing Palace 5-1 and ended the league only losing to Villa and dropping points to Man City. And I thought, there we go.
What did he do in 20? Do you remember what happened? Partey wasn't playing. Jorginho was playing. What did
Well,
that
they
mean?
did the double pivot of Jorginho and Rice, and it worked, to be fair, right?
So what are we going to do now with Zubimendi?
Well, I hope, and I said this to DG yesterday, I hope he plays a double pivot. If he doesn't play a double pivot, I'm worried because Rice in that midfield, it doesn't provide us the balance we need, bro. And I love Rice. He's one of my favourites, one of my favourite players. But I like Rice as an enforcer and as a box-to-box.
I need Ødegaard and Saka more central.
Okay.
And I need us, if we're gonna actually have the attack that we had back then, you need to have the fluid football. Gyökeres can drift out wide, but I don't want him to drift out wide. What I want is Ødegaard and Saka to be able to be fluid and to be able to drift wherever they want. And and you've seen how we played versus Real Madrid. Ødegaard and Saka were both central for the goal versus Real Madrid away. The dink over Courtois. So I need to see more of that, and I need to see Arsenal receiving the ball in more dangerous areas rather than receiving the ball in the corners and looking at the whole defense. Because you know what I did yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday I looked at every single Mo Salah goal for the last 4 years.
Every what? Sorry.
Every single Mo Salah goal for the last 4 years.
Okay.
And I just wanted to see how he scores his goals compared to what Saka does. And the issue I notice is Saka, majority of the time, is receiving the ball outside the box. Salah, majority of the time, is receiving the ball inside the box or is running towards the box with separation and space and isolated, not double team too much because he has a lot of players around him giving the ball to him quickly. We need to move the ball quicker, and we need to give the balls to these guys in more dangerous areas rather than having them starting from a position where they're already facing a whole defense. And that is very simplified version of just saying make sure you give them the ball quicker and in a more dangerous area. There you go.
This is what I'm talking about from 2022-23, right? This is what I did with DG yesterday. These triangles were happening. Now, it was different players back then. So Partey was Zubamendi and Granit Xhaka was Rice. But obviously what we were doing was we were looking at these triangles. At the moment, we're not got these triangles because we're playing Rice.
Move Saka into closer into the box. That's what I want.
Okay, so I will do that in a minute. Let me just finish what I'm saying, right? So these triangles, okay, are what we want to be seeing. Rice, Martinelli, Odegaard. Now, we might have different personnel. Somebody might want Eze here or Rodrigo's the dream, right? But look, for now, this is what we're going to have to work with, okay?
Yeah.
I want this guy here over here. I don't want him dropping in here. I don't want him coming out here with Martinelli or coming out here with Saka. I've no problem with a 1-2 now and again, but I want this guy going, you guys feed me and I will eat it up. I don't want to come out here to cross it into you. I don't want to come out here to cross it into you. I don't want to be floating around the box here. I can do it from a corner if you want me to, but I need to be in here to eat it up. At the moment, what we're doing is the triangles are basically this way round. So we've got the triangles this way, right? So it's these three that are passing triangles and these three that are doing triangles. And Rice and Zubamendi, right, are floating. Rice is up here, getting involved in triangles. Zubamendi is going to be this anchor guy. I do not want that. That's just not what I want to be seeing, right? So what I want to be seeing is a double pivot. And then Odegaard floats around here. The other thing with Odegaard, what's good, is Odegaard is over here and Rice is over here at the moment. Odegaard, when Rice goes back into double pivot, can float over and help Martinelli and float over and help Saka and drop deep to help Rice if need be and go up top to help Gyökeres. That's what I want to be seeing, personally. Sorry, go on.
I want Rice. The way I would view it is if you can bring the defenders in, I want Rice next to Odegaard in between Martinelli and Gyökeres in that half space. I want Odegaard in the half space.
So you want him here?
I want him there. I want Odegaard and Saka
here
to be interchanging there, and I want Zubamendi to be the focal point behind them because we still have the two centre backs and the full backs that can defend on the counter. But so when we're in possession, I want it to be a 4-1-4.
So in possession like this, you want it to be like this, yeah?
Yeah, because then you have Saka. You have Saka who can then play 1-2s with Odegaard and get brought into the box. You have Rice who can play 1-2s and get brought into the box. You have Gyökeres who now has 4 people.
Oh, is that you or me? I think that's your Wi-Fi, dude. But what I'm looking at here, right, the reason I want to see it dropped is because Rice, I love when he's box to box. I love the engine. I love the drive. I love the box to box. I don't like him up here, though. I don't like him here, if I'm honest. I don't want Rice to really move much further than here because that's where you sweep up. That's off the ball where he's elite, world class. And he can then pop the ball off, drive with it, give 1-2s, triangles with Martinelli. Odegaard comes back into the mix and he takes over from here. Now, I know Odegaard, some people don't think he's a number 10. And if I'm honest with you, I actually do believe he's probably more of a left attacking 8. But we haven't got that option at the moment because Rice is playing there. If Rice was to drop off deeper and Zubamendi was here, Odegaard has this space. Now, some people are saying he's not a number 10. And I appreciate that people might not want him to be the number 10. But he is going to be our number 10, right? And if you do not want him, then Ethan and Max or Eze, if we get him, can come in and do this role. So I just do not want Gyökeres going, let me drop deep and get involved in these triangles. Let me come left and get involved in these triangles. Let me come and help Saka out here on the wing. Now, you stay in the box, bro, because we've been told that we need a killer up top. So don't you start dropping deep now Now, the other day I
Mm.
said you might have to drop deep and go and get the ball, and I agree with that. You can't just stand up there and do nothing. If you aren't getting the ball, you're going to have to go and win it back yourself, right?
So are you
But I
saying it's
don't want that
easier
all
to
the time.
defend? It's easier to defend when you have four midfielders clogging up the space. That's basically what you're saying. Also, defensively, it's easier.
Look, we've got to try and do better from low blocks. We all know this. And I don't think Erdegaard's that guy. However, at the moment, this is the best option we've got, in my opinion, because that's the only way I can see from 22-23. We was absolutely smashing teams. And Granit Xhaka was a massive part of that. And I love Rice, don't get me wrong. But Rice is nowhere near as effective in this role as Granit Xhaka was. And I never thought I'd say this. Rice is a brilliant midfielder, absolutely brilliant midfielder. And because now all of a sudden he's put 2 free kicks in top bins against Real Madrid, we think he's a Gerrard or Lampard. He's not.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on.
No, it's
I feel
true.
like
It's true.
I,
They all think he's Gerrard or Lampard now. He's not. He is a very,
he,
very good. He's
he
more of a Vieira than a Gerrard, isn't he?
last season Declan Rice created the most chances out of any midfielder in the Premier League.
Do you think? Okay, let me ask you this: do you think Declan Rice is an attacking midfielder or a defensive midfielder?
I think Declan Rice has been at West Ham, was asked to do a job defensively, but he has so much more to his game attacking wise. He is an
Okay, so
elite.
let me ask you this: is he a
He is
defensive
elite in
midfielder,
both
a box
positions.
to box midfielder, or an attacking midfielder? Okay, let me give you an example. Is he
He's,
out of past players, right? Out of past players, is he more of a Michael Carrick, a Frank Lampard, or a Patrick Vieira?
he's more of a Patrick Vieira because he can do both
Okay,
very
perfect. So
well.
we're agreeing. So he needs to be box to box. We can't put Patrick Vieira was never hanging around on the
No,
edge of the
but
box, was he?
he is the box to box midfielder. Odegaard's the second.
He's
Odegaard's
got
the
to play like
attacking
that, is what I'm
midfielder.
saying. Arteta's got to let him be a box to box midfielder and stop asking him to come and help with Martinelli and Gyökeres in the outside the box.
So who do
I've
you
got
want closer
nothing
to the
wrong with it.
box? Miles Lewis Kelly.
No, I need Martinelli. The left winger I need closer to the box. That's what I need. I need Martinelli coming inside and shooting because I'm sick and tired of watching him try and beat his man on the getting chalk on his leg. He can't do it. For Erdegaard's got to be. If you're playing a 4-2-3-1 like I've just said, it will be Erdegaard and Martinelli doing that, not Rice. Rice can do it in glimpses because he's box to box. But I do not want Granit Xhaka, to be fair, I slagged him off for 6 of his 7 years. He was unbelievable for us in his last year. He's one of our best players, most consistent performer. And I don't think there was a box to box 8 that could do the role. But I actually think Xhaka is elite at in that role in comparison to Rice. And I never thought I'd say that because I hated Xhaka for the best part of his time at Arsenal. Rice is very good in glimpses. Had a brilliant game against Newcastle, Man United, superb against Real Madrid, unbelievable against PSV when put 7 past them. But as a consistent attacking 8, I do not see it Rice as his position.
Let me take you back to 2024 versus
Yeah, go on.
5-2. This is what I would expect from a Zubimendi type team. How it would be set up, right?
When was this? Last season?
This was 2 seasons ago.
Okay.
2024. 2020. Oh, wait, this was last season actually.
That was last season, right? Yeah, we've got the headers,
Yeah,
got
this,
the
this is what I would expect on how we would set up offensively and defensively in a game. We'd have Jorginho as the deep line, Declan Rice box to box. Odegaard would be joining the attack. The left winger would be playing Eze, would be playing the Trossard role, and he'd be more inside. And Calafiori would be bombing up and down that wing. Timber won't really be bombing up too much, but Saka's going to have Odegaard to play with, and the striker is just going to have to do his job in the middle.
I don't think the overlap, the inverted left back helps at times. I think that actually weakens us at times. I so badly need to see an overlapping left back at some point in the history of Arsenal. Why does the left back always have to invert? Why can't Ben White do it sometimes, or why can't we use it differently? The only overlapping left back we've had is Kieran Tierney, and he was the best left back we've had in the last 5 years. We got rid of him now, so now we're going to go for Lewis Skelly, who can only invert, and I still think he's a box to box midfielder. Calafiori is a joke, if I'm honest. I'll be looking to sell him. If we could get any sort of money back for him, I'll be getting him gone. He can't stay fit, and I don't think he's very good. So, I don't know, the left-back position, do you think we need another left-back, Egal?
We could use another left-back, but that's after a bunch of guys are gone, like Zinchenko and stuff. But do you think we'll be better than last year, or do you think we'll be worse?
In terms of what? Better than last year?
In terms of winning trophies, in terms of league finish, in terms
I
of
think we should be better than last
challenges.
season. Well, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you 2 reasons why we should be better than last season. because the
Injury.
manager's not got any injuries, and the manager's got his striker and potentially his creative winger that we're going to get. So therefore, we have to go and win the league, the Champions League, or one of the trophies.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Are we going to be serious title contenders, Champions League
Yes,
contenders?
I think that we our minimum expectation in the Champions League is to try and reach further than we did last year, which we all know there's only one position, and that's the final. Minimum expectation is another semi-final. Then you look at the League Cup and the FA Cup. We should be looking to go for both of those. One of them finishes in March, so we should be looking to go for that Carabao Cup, and it gives you winning mentality to go and do something again in May. And as for the league, I truly do not sit here now and say he must win the Champions League. He must win the Premier League. Because one, we've never won a Champions League. And two, I don't think we are favourites to win the Premier League. So how can I sit there and say you must when I don't think he's going to and I don't think we're favourites to? So we have to take Liverpool, who I think are favourites, to the absolute wire. And I'm talking like Sergio Aguero moments. Like we're talking last game of the season again. That's what we need to do. So I think that's going to be a very, very different very, very different thing. I don't think we are going to win anything this season, no. But I think that we should because I think that the team is good enough to win a trophy.
You know my stance. I think the team will win the Premier League this season, hopefully, and I think we are the best equipped team to go on and win it this year with the squad depth that we have. We just need Gyökeres to come in and bag the goals. We need Zubimendi to come in and do his job, and I think those two are massive difference makers that are going to raise the levels. And we just need to go and sign that third final level raiser for me to be 100% confident on the attack because I think we're still short that one last piece, and if we don't get it, it will be extremely difficult to go on to win it. But we'll see when we do sign Eze, how much more confident the rest of the fan base will be. Because I think at this moment in time, that's what everyone's waiting for. You go sign Eze, and
What's your
more
top four
people.
at the moment? As things stand, what's your top four at the moment?
My top four right now is Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, City.
You think Chelsea are going to finish above Liverpool?
Yep.
Wow.
That
Okay,
was
my
that,
top
that
four at
was
the
that was
moment, as
before
things
Levi
stand.
Colwill got injured before, to be fair.
As things stand, I've got Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea.
You know, it's difficult to repeat. It's more difficult to repeat than to say, like,
Yeah.
there's always the top four always changes. It's never the same.
I look. I think Chelsea are going to be a threat next season, no doubt. But I don't think they've got the goalkeeper and the centre halves that is going to give them the stability that
Yeah,
they
have you
need.
seen the start of their season? They don't need the goalkeeper and center halves to beat
Yeah, their
all
first
these
six,
teams.
they're going to be top. They're going to be top their first six.
Come October, they're going to be in the title race. The
Yeah.
question is, out of Liverpool and Arsenal, who's going to slip up first? I think Chelsea have the easiest start to the season. Let's see how they do when they face the rest of the big teams. But at this moment in time, the best vibes coming into the season is literally Liverpool and Chelsea. Chelsea and Liverpool
Who
have
do you
the
think's
best.
got the best squad in the league? Arsenal.
Arsenal, yeah.
Okay.
Arsenal have the best balanced squad. We have the defense, we have the midfield, we have quality attackers. I think Liverpool are short in the defensive third. I think City are short in the defensive third, and they don't know what they're going to do with who's going to play in their midfield and who's going to play in their wing positions because they still don't know what their best 11 is. Chelsea, they're still figuring out their best 11, but I do think Chelsea have the best midfield in the Premier League and a really solid attack. I just don't rate their defense, their goalkeeper, and their center backs. Their fullbacks are really good. That's why I have Chelsea so much higher. Don't get me wrong. I think Liverpool are a great team, and they could easily go on to win it. But I just think Arsenal are going to be the better team this season, and I think Chelsea are going to surprise teams early in the season and find themselves ahead of the curve early in the season, which will then help them finish in a higher position next season. As for Liverpool, they're not going to get Isak apparently now. It's been reported today.
Really?
Yep. Just now it was reported that Isak is
Show me.
staying.
Where's that then? I've not seen that.
It's all over. It's been going all over the place. Reports that Isak, Isak to Liverpool is being downplayed as Isak rejects a new Newcastle contract. So it's not really that he's not happening. They're downplaying it right now. They're saying he's not gonna have. It's not gonna happen. Oh wait, we just got update. Martin, sorry, Gabriel Magalhaes is going to start versus Atletico Bilbao, so he might start versus Manchester United.
I hope Timber and Gabriel start. Let's go through the team quickly. What we want to see today, right? Because I was asking this last night on the channel. I've just seen as well, actually, 58 minutes ago, Newcastle have put an end to the possibility of Isak to Liverpool. They've informed him he won't be sold this summer. The player is furious. So you're right. That'd be amazing if you don't get him.
Thi-
But anyway, let's just look at that quickly because I wanted to get your thoughts
This
on
is
what your 11
amazing,
would
though,
be.
no?
What is?
For Arsenal, because Liverpool still haven't really figured out what they're going to do for the rest of the window. They're still
Yeah,
they're
if they
still
don't
trying to
if
figure
they
out.
don't get him, Arsenal have got a better attack than Liverpool if they don't get him because we've got Saka, Gyökeres, and potentially going to bring in Eze
And
and
Harvey
Rodrigo.
Elliott's going to get sold.
Liverpool, they've got Liverpool are very short in the attack now because they have Cody Gakpo, Salah, Ekatike, and a bunch of kids. That's it because they've sold Diaz, they've sold Nunez, and RIP to Jota every time. But the tragic event there has prevented them from having any squad depth in terms of striker. So they've got to go and buy another attacker, in my opinion, which worries me because they could go and get Rodrigo. But I think they're going to want another striker, if I'm honest, unless they get another left winger and play Cody Gakpo back up to Ekatike.
Rodrigo's going to have to play ball and lower his wages if he goes to Liverpool.
Yeah, well, it might be. It could be somebody else. It could be that they go for Liao or Lookman or someone like that. But I don't know. I'm not too sure. Maybe they'll go
All
for
right,
Mitoma.
let me show you
Or
my
they've got
Arsenal.
Chiesa as well. I forgot
Let me
about
show
him.
you my Arsenal 11 for today.
Okay, go.
This is the best possible 11 you could play. And I think this is the best possible 11 you could have out there. Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Mazzuchelli, Zubamendi, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Gyökeres, Martinelli.
Yeah, I agree with that. Do you know the only position I think he might actually change today, though?
Martinelli.
Yeah, I think Madueke might start on the left.
Does he start Madueke? I don't know. Doesn't
I
seem
think
like
he will
Arteta
today.
move.
I don't know if he will against Man United, but I think he might today. And then I think what he'll do today is I think Timber could play today ahead of White and then come off and then White play. But I think White will get the start against Manchester United. Or
All
it
I
could
ask
be,
is,
you know,
please, no injuries. I've been
yeah.
seeing Spurs and Chelsea have ACL injuries and end of
Yeah,
season
it's
injuries
awful,
for
man.
players.
It's awful.
Just please, no injuries.
What's the deal with Saliba's knock? Did he get an injury or something? Him and Havertz?
Saliba's fine. Saliba's
Okay.
fine.
And
It
Havertz
was
is
it
all good?
was it was Calafiori who had the knock, and he's back in training.
But I see Tom Canton today saying Saliba got a knock or something against Villarreal. Is that not true?
Saliba had an issue versus Villarreal, but he should be fine. Uh,
Okay.
did Tom tweet it?
No, there was something I saw. I didn't watch it, but I saw him. I saw today there was a picture of him saying some good news and bad news. I don't know if Saliba's injured.
Uh, Saliba trained.
Okay, cool. Then we're fine.
Saliba was in. Sorry, no sign of Martinelli, Kepa, Zini, Dauman, Leandro Trossard, and Saliba in the last training photos.
There you go.
That was yesterday. And reports that Havertz, Calafiori, Nelson were all present in the images on the Arsenal website. You know, Arsenal website, sometimes they don't show you pictures, but it could be that he just maybe had the days off because don't forget, Saliba pretty much played every preseason game.
Yeah, yes.
Gabriel
Yeah,
hasn't.
yes.
So maybe he's just giving him the day off ahead of the big game. We don't want to get a player injured before the first game of the season. One thing Arteta's done well this preseason, he has mixed and matched a lot. The problem is we haven't seen our best. So hopefully we get to see our best tonight. And yeah, before we go, first 5 games, I'm quite confident versus Manchester United. How you feeling?
These first 6 games are going to make or break our season. I know people say it's mad to say that because it's only 6 games, but 6 games is a big chunk of a season. It's not like the first 2 games, right? I've got to be honest. If we play like this, the only team I guarantee 3 points against is Leeds. I have no idea how we go against Forest Low Block. I have no idea how we get on at Anfield, St James's Park, or Old Trafford. And I have no confidence we beat Man City at home if we play like this. If we change our style, on paper, we should comfortably beat Manchester United, comfortably beat Leeds, give Liverpool a good game and take away a point at least, beat Forest, beat City, and beat Newcastle. But do I think we're going to do that? I'm sorry, I don't, because I don't like the way we're playing at the
Can I
moment.
give you some confidence here?
Go on.
Manchester United away is going to be objectively easier because they're going to give us more space than a West Ham or a Fulham right now. I would rather play them first game of the season, get Old Trafford out of the way early, get they get that game out of the way early, then have to play it later on in the season when they're a lot better on the attack and they've gotten the team sorted and gelled. Sesko's not even going to play that game most likely. I spoke to a United fan today. It's going to probably be Zerkski since Sesko is not going to be up to scratch by then, and also um, it's going to be that team is basically playing their first game together that matters against Arsenal. Arsenal's going to have 11 or close to an 11 that have played a lot of football together, know each other, and that should help us be able to solve a lot of the problems
Okay.
we have in the game.
So go through those six. Give me the points we're taking from those six then.
I think we get all 3 points versus Manchester United. I think the
Okay.
first home game of the season, we surprise a lot of people and have a big performance versus Leeds.
Okay, that's
Liverpool
6 points.
away, Liverpool away, third game of the season, best time to play them. We're not playing Liverpool January away to their ground. We're not playing Liverpool late in the season, title race time, late in their ground. Third game of the season, they're still gelling. This is a good opportunity to hit them early and make a marker on the season. I'm not saying we're going to win. I think it's going to be a draw if I'm going to be realistic.
Okay.
Nottingham Forest at home, we should win. Nottingham Forest historically have given us trouble. That's probably like a 3-1 win. Man City at home, this is the statement win where we can tell everyone that we're serious this season. We go out and we beat Man City because we have a better defense than them. And against Man City, that's going to play open, we can catch them high up the pitch, and Gyökeres can eat. As for Newcastle away, is the second toughest game of the whole starting 6 games. This is the toughest game outside of the Liverpool game. If I could see us dropping points in 2 games, it's the Liverpool and the Newcastle away. But
Okay.
with
So
Newcastle
you
having,
think we're going to get a minimum of 14 out of 18 points?
we win 4 out of the 6 guaranteed, I think. And the 2 games that I'm worried about is Newcastle and Liverpool. And I think we drop points versus Liverpool, and I think we get a draw versus Newcastle maybe. So out of the first 6 games, 4 wins, 2 draws.
I think we draw at Old Trafford. I think we beat Leeds. I think we draw at Anfield. I think we beat Forest. I think we beat City. And I think we draw to Newcastle. So I think we win 3, draw 3.
So yeah, you're 2 points less than what I had.
Yeah. If we play like this, though, I think we'll get like 8 or 9 points out of it all.
Then tonight you're going to find out how we're going to play.
And you know what? I hope you're right, bro. You said that to me. I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
Tonight, what's going to happen is it's going to be a momentum switch. It's going to be a switch in mentality, and it's going to be more confidence, better players on the pitch. You're going to actually see what's happening in the training ground today, and you don't want to see 4 games of Arsenal playing their best 11 for 45 minutes and then get players injured and then have us all crying that Saliba got injured before the first game of the season or Saka got injured. So hopefully
would you agree though if you see the team tonight more or less what you've seen for the majority of this preseason? Would you be worried?
Yes, if he goes out there and plays Norgard, Moreno, and Ethan.
No. If it's this team that you want to see, and we play the way that we have been, would you be worried?
Yeah. If we go out there and we still cannot do anything, I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna say to myself, yeah, this is a problem. So, not that it's a problem, but this is a little bit more concerning now that we're seeing the better players and we're still seeing the same issues. Because when we played against Tottenham, I did not see the same problem when Zubamendi was starting, bro. When Zubamendi started, we've seen a lot of good play versus Newcastle. When we played against Tottenham, we played a B team midfield. We did not play our best midfield. Norgard, Odegaard, and Rice.
I'm honest.
Norgard, Odegaard, and Rice is not the same as Zubamendi, Odegaard, and Rice. Let's just be real.
No, I agree. I think the midfield has been a massive issue at Arsenal for a while. And and Williams and Sanchez will be threats. Yeah, DJ's right in the chat.
Uncomfortable conversation. We're gonna see now that Partey's gone with Zubamendi, how much of an upgrade this can be. Because everyone was saying, "Oh, Partey's going to be a big miss." We're going to see how big of a miss he actually is.
I like Zubamendi. What I see, I think Zubamendi looks good. I like him, but Zubamendi is not my problem. My issue is the attack.
Zubamendi solves that attack with his line-breaking passes.
Well, let's see how many of those line-breaking passes he makes, because I haven't seen many yet.
You haven't seen him play much. He played. He played. He
Madueke is an
played.
interesting one for me.
He played the
Madueke is a very
equivalent of
interesting
90
one.
minutes across all 4 games.
With 52 million, I expect to see Madueke doing some serious bits for Arsenal.
Wait, he played 120 minutes. My bad. Across the 4 games. Hopefully, yeah. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up
Oh
here.
wow, Liverpool are interested in Vissa now. Wow, Newcastle are fucked.
That's big lies. It can't be true.
That can't
Can't
be
be true.
true, man. Imagine.
They've gone from Isaac to Wissa. Hey, there's still Isa in there.
Liverpool want Vissa. Can you imagine if that happens?
No man, that would be funny. Newcastle will get the last laugh. They're playing 5D chess. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up here, boys.
Legend.
You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Oh, there's one last thing. What's your bold prediction of the season? Something positive, not negative for once.
Okay. Saying positive. Max Dowman will play more minutes than people expect and will light up the Premier League. Don't laugh, man. Don't laugh. Don't laugh.
I don't think Max Dowman's gonna play that much minutes. I think he's gonna get minutes in the second half of the season when he's 16.
I think he's going to play a lot more than people think in games. Not like get like start games and get 90 minutes and all this. I think he'll bring in. I think he'll bring in a hell of a lot more minutes.
I think Odegaard's gonna have a PFA Player of the Season candidation.
What?
Time of season.
Wow! That is a wild.
Odegaard will be one of our best players this season.
Okay.
And a lot of people will forgive him for
the reason I say this about Bauman just quickly is because this preseason, the only times I've been excited is when that kid comes on.
Yeah, and
that's all I'm saying.
You know what's gonna happen? Anytime we lose, it's gonna be why didn't Max Dowman play? And I can't wait for. I can't wait for.
That will be the case. That will happen. Yeah, that will happen.
I think I think we're setting ourselves up for heartbreak if we think Dowman's gonna play a lot.
I think I've got more chance of that statement being correct than you. Odegaard looks trash at the moment, bro.
Fair. I think he was injured last season, and we haven't seen enough of him. I think he's been okay so far preseason. I think people are criticizing him based off of the fact that he's had players around him that are not good enough to finish the dinner. Last season, he barely played with some of the best players. It was Moreno, Havertz, in and out. It was a match.
Moreno had a stinker the other night against Villarreal. Oh my god,
Moreno didn't look good, but we'll figure it out. Hopefully, we win the league. Hopefully, we're confident. But right now, we don't know what's going to happen until we see it. But I'll leave it here. Hopefully, you guys have a great day. I'll be back once again at 1:30 with a Liverpool fan. I'll do an upload, so look out for that. I'll be doing a Chelsea video, and I'll also do my match reaction. It's a busy day. So yeah, have a good one. Big up, Dan. Peace. What a day.